Cheers, Ed. The very first day of principal photography was shot here inside the Rainbow Inn. And it was probably the most complex day of the shoot with the most cast and crew. But what a wonderful location it is. And the restaurant itself actually became a character within the film. So now let's find out what equipment was used, how the actors went about creating realistic performances, and how to create a successful and comfortable filming environment.
We shot the entire film on JVC GY-HD201 camera, which is an HD camera.
Hard drive on the back of the camera because we were shooting to tape and to hard drive.
But we put on 35mm lenses using an adapter. This gave us a film that looked at quite low cost.
The advantage of using the SG Pro 35mm adapter meant that we could use the prime lenses, which gave us a much shallower depth of field. And we had a 28mm lens, 50mm and a 135mm and a Minolta zoom as well.
We kept the costs down by using our own equipment.
JVC high definition monitor for Ambleton Delight, which really works well with the whole setup with the JVC camera. Every time we moved the camera, we had to refocus, and the main way we did that was with a focus chart. Ray, who was very much involved in the focusing as a focus puller, he's very experienced. You have to mark your shots, you have to have marks where the actors are going to be, and you have to measure out for your focusing every shot as you follow focus, which obviously you have to factor that in when you're planning your shots and your scheduling. The interesting shots were the second unit shots that we did with the jib.
Our sound operator was Colin Bradley, and he used a Sennheiser directional mic. Quite unusually, it was recorded straight to camera, which meant that the camera team could also monitor the sound.
Colin was very good at picking up sound, and we wouldn't hear anything, but constantly, hang on, I can hear some sound, and he's right. So it was really good that someone who's got very good ears.
Our main package was 2 1Ks, 2 650s, Dado, I think 3 head kits, and a Keenaflow Diva light. We also had hired in, I think, a couple of blondes and a few redheads.
Obviously you lose light with the adapter. You can lose at least a stop. So we had to make sure the sets were well lit, and we had 2 2Ks and a 650 on set, plus other lighting as well. We shot 25 frames. We did have to use a 25th of a second shutter speed on a lot of the shots because of the lighting.
We actually ended up shooting wide open quite a lot of the time, which isn't good. It's very difficult for a focus puller.
Seeing the amount of lighting required, I think that was quite impressive.
Quite often the success of any film is down to having the right people involved.
I think it's important to get a good team.
You know, where and when possible, definitely use people you've worked with before.
I think just get people that you want to be there, really. I've been on a few sets before where all it is just people grumbling, nobody knows what's going on.
What makes a good crew member is someone that's committed, that understands what we're trying to achieve, and that is prepared to do whatever's necessary on set. We didn't always operate with a full crew, so every member of crew will multitask. You find that you wear many different hats.
John is a close shave, take one and only.
Fortunately, we had a great makeup artist on board, Louise. Because we were shooting in HD, quite often makeup would have to be applied just to tone down faces.
Yeah, it was very important to have a makeup artist on set, and she was very good with working with the actors.
We also had an incident where we had a tattoo that had to be aged. She took care of that. We had a scar that had to be applied to Joss's hand.
I was wanting to enter into more acting-based direction, become more of an actor-director, so the challenge for me was to work closer with the actors and to hopefully develop deeper performances.
A big challenge was this was my first lead role in a feature. I was provided with a bit of a backstory on him, separate from the script, and I kind of used that and kind of fleshed that out.
Not to mention
a bit,
an increase in foot traffic in that.
But then had to really trust in Dan, because then the feedback Dan would give me back was often about just kind of toning it down and kind of making John, a much less kind of a more internalised sort of character, and quite a calm, or rather calm on the outside anyway, quite a quiet character, but with a lot going on inside. Because Christine and I had worked together before, it certainly, that really helped. I mean, we'd done a lot of work together, we trained together.
I think I was going through quite a happy time in my life, and I had to keep playing someone who was quite caught up in events and quite down, I felt. But I had to draw on my own experience in order to placate.
Dan he's great at telling you, where he wanted the scene to go and what was there, and emotionally as well, which was great because you could trust that he had the eye obviously to see the technical stuff, but he was also there watching the process and the actors as well. Because it's all about how you react to the other actor as well, so a lot of it happened within a moment of the scene.
The character really, I don't think it's anything like myself. I had quite a lot of dialogue, a relatively large amount of dialogue, of rather similar dialogue, which is always a problem for an actor because your brain tends to split off into the wrong scene sometimes. It's a strange thing because I've just had a brief run of mayors, played mayor in Midsummer Murders.
I think the most important thing is that it was all based on a true story, so it was trying to do justice to the real people involved that the characters were based on and the real situations. And I didn't want to sort of underplay anything or overplay anything. The piano was hard because I am trained in piano, but faking it for a movie is a very different thing. Trying to get the timings right for everything. I had a few chats with Dan on and off the set just about what is going through Chris's mind at each point, because I know Chris is obviously partially based on Dan himself. So if anyone knew the character, it would be him.
I'm famous for being the flirty Mexican at drama school, so just did it really, and I just hope that my voice was okay. And
top dog actors, and very, very impressive scenes.
Very proud of it. I think it represents a lot of hard work.
A wonderful film that's been made on a very low budget but looks spectacular.
The opening sequence, I was kind of really excited.
The look of the film is terrific, and it reflects the Sussex countryside.
I think it's a very powerful message.
Unexpectedly emotional towards the end.
Yeah. The opening scenes, I was taken aback. It was just superb, and I just thought, this is incredible.
Good lessons for life in it.
The piece of work that they've produced from this small budget is just incredible.
A low-budget film shot in a few days, and to be honest, I thought it was a miracle.
Some good performances and really nice cinematography.
It's kept my attention from the beginning all the way to the end.
Although it's a low-budget film, it doesn't look low budget. It looked really good on screen, and I thought everyone did a great job.
Dan managed to pull off this terrific feel and atmosphere in the film.
It's a great storyline, and the finished product's a very enjoyable film.
Extremely satisfied, I'd say.
An essential lesson about the human spirit and the ways in which human perseverance and passion are important through any walk of life.
I think the look was quite something.
A beautiful story. It's really well made.
I hope the film makes people think about their own situation, their own decisions. And
anyone who's interested in story, really, over spectacle, really.
It was a great experience. I'm very happy I did it, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out.